I mean, Miles, it always strikes me that Trump benefits so much from the explicit and implicit ways that he moves the goalposts. Well, it was an insurrection, but only a few people died. I mean, it was bloody and deadly, but, you know, Pence didn't do the right thing. Well, I knew I lost, but it made me look bad. I mean, it is this sort of slow-moving degradation of everything about our democracy.
Nicole, I've got to say, as you started saying that, my filter is getting thinner and thinner and thinner on this. It made my heart race to watch today's hearing, really, because they brought up Trump's mindset. And the question was, what was his mindset? I'm going to demystify that for America right now. I've spent time with the guy in the Oval Office, the White House Situation Room, Air Force One. I'll tell you what his mindset was on January 6th. I believe Donald Trump wanted people to die. He wanted people to die. He wanted people to die who were elected officials en masse so he could call out the military, so he could invoke the Insurrection Act, so he could prevent the peaceful transfer of power. That's not a conspiracy theory. In fact, in hindsight, it's pretty damn clear to me that this is what he had in mind from day one in office. At first, we were scratching our heads why he wouldn't do anything about domestic terrorism when we were going to the White House and saying the numbers were going up, or Trump was making excuses for domestic terrorist groups, why he always brought up the Insurrection Act, which he wanted to use to bring out the military to enforce laws. We told him that he couldn't use the military to enforce all of those things. They came together and made sense on January 6th. Why did he make excuses for domestic terrorist groups? Because they were on his side. Those were the armed people who were going to do these things for him. And we saw in testimony just the other week in courts that the January 6th plotters knew they were engaging in an insurrection, an armed insurrection. That's what they intended. And we have people, extremists, as Denver Riggleman noted, who are just 2 hops away from the president of the United States, who were planning on making that happen. He wanted people to die on January 6th so that he could use those presidential powers to prevent our democracy from transitioning to a new president. And I think the committee presented that in extremely powerful fashion.
I'm almost out of words. I don't even know what to say to that. But the evidence certainly supports that he had no plans of leaving. And